they recruited some of the students to join the choir for our chapel when it opened in September of 1958, I believe. So I joined the choir. And we sang "Jesus Loves Me So," and I loved that song. I will never forget it.
Mill Neck has had a rich history over decades. There was a group of fully committed Christians, Missouri Synod Lutherans, lay people and clergy that back in 1947 got together and said, we should do this. We should make a full commitment to helping deaf children. They actually mortgaged their homes to buy this beautiful 87-acre estate. And their hope had been that they would be able to serve deaf children. So the original building was a residential school.
My parents wanted me to find God, and they knew that I could do that here. Other schools were very far away. When my mom found this school and found out that, they had a religious Lutheran portion of the education, we knew right away that this school was just wonderful.
People who are deaf are just like you and I are, they just can't access spoken English. That barrier is such that something like 95 to 98% of people who are deaf or hard of hearing don't attend church, don't attend any church. And that's like 3 times the amount of people who are hearing who don't go to church. And we know it's a language issue, it's not a faith issue, it's not that they don't want to go to church.
The pastor, Reverend Krause, taught all of us students about Jesus and having faith and how to have a strong faith in God, and that has helped me.
What began here in Long Island now has grown into programs internationally.
Currently, we are in 3 countries. We have Ethiopia, Jamaica, and then the South China area, the Hong Kong, that southern South China Sea area. So we will work with, for example, publication of religious materials for the deaf, programs for training teachers and interpreters for the deaf.
Bible stories that have been told throughout the ages, now we're having them translated and interpreted into American Sign Language, and this is a very special project, and it's one that's been supported by the Lutheran Women's Missionary League. We're sending these things out to these women and to these churches, and they're using them with children and with adults to teach them to sign. They're using them with hearing children so they learn how to sign, and they're using them with children who are deaf so that they can have access to these stories.
I feel that Mill Neck was the best school for me, and I appreciate that my parents found this school. And I know that this school will continue to teach deaf students all over, and will teach them throughout the future.
I was fortunate as a very young trustee to know some of the original trustees or founders of the organization. I can tell you that each and every one of them would be ecstatic to see that their dream has exceeded their expectation.
Watch these hands. They could dance, they could sing, they could dance, they can watch these hands.
We've established a neat relationship with a group in Detroit, Michigan called DPAN, which is the Deaf Professional Arts Network. Really group of talented deaf people who produce music videos and make music accessible to deaf.
Watch these hands. They can dance, they can sing, they can dance, they can watch these hands.
People say deaf music doesn't make any sense, but really for our children, it's really, we've been able to demonstrate that it helps with fluency of sign and reading. So the children are picking up what's called a cadence. Mill Neck has been lucky enough to run some programs that are unique. One, obviously, is our literacy program. The other one is our auditory oral program, and as well our special needs classes.
I ate speech, I needed, complained, but then I realized that it impacted now that I have a good voice. I'm able to communicate with the world. To the other students, I didn't have the opportunity that no one was going to help me. No speech was provided, counseling, nothing. They hear everything I need is here.
The national average for deaf children in literacy, they leave a school for the deaf reading about 4th or 5th grade level. So we said that wasn't acceptable. We tried to figure out a way to make sure that we could raise that bar. And when doing some research, we really felt that the literacy collaborative would work. Also, I think unique for us is both the music program and our vocational program.
All the schools I've been to, I'm at the dean, him to nothing to do with music. They had a show for music, nothing. So I think Milneck would be the first school that I've done something with music. If I was not here, I would not be on any music videos or anything.
We started over 20 years ago our Milneck Services Division, and with that we actually help find jobs, and since then it's grown into audiology, day hab, community hab, early intervention, all in addition to the original dream of helping young deaf children get a start.
Hi there, how are you? I think what we do here is we put the patient first, and that we make sure that the patient is getting the utmost care, that what's important for that patient individually. We see everyone as a unique patient, and I think that we do offer some of the best services on Long Island.
To be able to expose them to lifestyles outside in the community and what it looks like out in the real world. Often they don't see much and they don't see everything that we see. So the goal is for them to have the exposure and also to learn how to be independent, so this way they can grow as individuals. Some of them I've noticed are, as the first day they were very shy and they were very quiet, and now you can see how much they've opened up and are socializing and see all these different fun things to do. So the real goal is exposure.
To me, honestly, these programs, they make my heart sing, because it shows that individuals, no matter how disabled they are, or maybe they all have something to contribute just like anybody else. And they're all valuable members of society.
You become fully engaged and fully committed when you see the wonderful work that is done here.
As a person with a disability myself, I can attest to the fact that sometimes our world can be a little bit of a harsh place for people with disabilities. And where they can find a venue that is open and fully accessible, and where they're just treated just like a regular person, you know, it's a good thing.
The mission will always be here forever. That will never go away. And it will definitely have a special effect on all the deaf students. It's so important.
Milneck, you know, it draws you because of their heart. I think people who come and visit will tell you that people really care here. It's not just the school people, but the whole organization. We really do care about what's happening to these children, how we can do better every single day. Things change. We want to be on the cusp. I think that you can count Milneck as one of the best schools, definitely in the Northeast, if not in the United States. We are known well enough for the education, the academic levels that we can be sure that our students are meeting now. And that's something very positive to be said about any school, but I'm very proud to say it's about Millneck.
I think that every student who doesn't have the opportunity to come here and get the education here, because me, I've learned a lot. Language, exposure, everything came from here. So I should want to thank Katie and former people who kept these schools open for a long time. It's just a good school to be in.
I love what Millneck and Lutheran Friends of the Deaf is doing. We are reaching out and bridging that gap, and we're encouraging churches and the faith to be taught in American Sign Language, and encouraging other people to bridge that gap, that language barrier.
We've transformed people in a way that I would submit very few, if any, can compete with us. And our enrollment continues to grow. And our reputation, I think we are the gold standard of the industry.